What is that place? Donna shared up with Sistine Chapel. She'd like to see the Sistine Chapel. Someone else, where would it be? Sweden. Someone else. Where would you like to see? What would you like to visit before you die? One place. The Holy Land. Someone else. Come on. Where would you like to visit? What would you like to see?
Ireland.
The Mediterranean. I see a hand there saying Alaska. I heard that from up in Pleasantville this morning. Someone else. What would you like to see? Where would you like to go before you die? Jody.
Ireland.
Ireland?
Yes.
Yeah, I heard that one this morning as well. That's a popular one. Someone else. Seth.
Blackwater Canyon.
The Blackwater Canyon. I don't have to back out. Someone else. Anyone else?
Switzerland.
Switzerland, I heard. Any others you'd like to share? Pardon? Hawaii, okay. We'll let it go at that. We'll let it go at that. There are a lot of folks have some place that they would long to see or long to go to before they die. Now I want you to consider this for just a moment. No location in the world is as amazing as the God who made that location and is everywhere present in it. Jacob was on his way to Haran. Given that it was a place that he needed to go to, not that he wanted to go to, Joseph needed to get away from his brother Esau. So he was on the run. He was traveling faster than a couple of nuns on the Amazing Race. He was picking them up and putting them down. He was headed as far away from his brother Esau as he could get. He cheated his brother out of his father's blessing and inheritance. And now Jacob is fleeing to their ancestral home to hold up, and he hoped to find a wife. Haran was the only place that he was interested in seeing before he died. The only place. And on the way, the scripture says that he stopped in a certain place for the night. A certain place. That spot has no name at all. It's a no-name place. Just a random spot out in the Canaanite desert somewhere. And that spot wouldn't make anyone's top 100 places to visit before you die. It's a no-name place. Jacob pulls out a stone for a pillow. And alas, that Tom Bodette will leave the light on for you to set. And he drifts off into sleep. I was Bob Wiseman back there. It's amazing how anyone can drift off to sleep with their head on a rock for a pillow. But he does. And he has a dream. You've heard about the dream already today. The ladder that is set up on earth is top reaching heaven. And the angels of God are ascending and descending back and forth on this ladder. Now scholars think that the Hebrew word for ladder corresponds to something like a step pyramid. Whatever it was absolutely an amazing sight, given that it was taking place in the middle of nowhere. Now the angels don't speak to Jacob, but the writer of Genesis tells us that God stood beside Jacob in this no-name place and provided a narrative to the scene. And the narrative was a restatement of the covenant promise that God had given to Jacob's grandfather Abraham. It was a promise of numerous offspring, more than the dust in the desert, and a family through which all of the families on earth would be blessed. Now, despite his devious deception in snatching his brother's birthright. And despite being the younger brother, Jacob was going to be the one through whom God's redemptive plan for creation was going to continue. And it's what God said next that Jacob really took to heart, that really got Jacob's attention. God said, "Know that I am with you wherever you go. And I'll bring you back to this land. And I will not leave you until I have done what I promised to you." God said to Jacob, and Jacob took it to heart, "Know that I am with you wherever you go." Jacob would have something that every person, whether they are well-traveled or a homebody, really needs. He would have the very presence of God. No matter where he traveled, no matter what dangers awaited in front of and behind him on the journey, God was going to be with him and keep him. Wherever Jacob was, in a trackless, nameless place, with a stone for a pillow, God was going to be there. God was going to be with him in that certain, no-name place. And when Jacob awoke from his dream, the angel's staircase was gone. And all that was left was the rock that he laid his head on. And he took that rock and he stood it up on its end and he poured oil on it as a way of making it sacred. "Surely the Lord is in this place," Jacob said, "and I did not know it," as he rose to sleep from his eyes. How awesome is this place? This is none other than the house of God, and this is the gate of heaven. He was afraid, the Scripture tells us, a natural reaction to encountering the holy. But he was also overjoyed to realize that God, that what had once been a nowhere place was now a somewhere place because God had been there. And Jacob came to understand an important truth. It doesn't matter where you've been. It only matters that God is with you wherever you are. It doesn't matter if it's Paris or Moundsville, the Louvre or Wheeling, Bora Bora or Booger Bottom, Alabama. Every place is sacred. Every place is holy. Because you are there and God promises to be there too. Even in those places that feel like a trackless spiritual desert. You know, sometimes it is the apparently God-forsaken places that become the most holy because God is already there, even if we don't know at first. No one would pick a hospital as their top place to visit. But even in the isolation of illness and pain, God is there offering healing and hope. There are lots of lonely places where we can find ourselves. The loneliness of grief, unemployment, or broken relationships. Like Jacob, we believe that we're all alone and with no one to help. But it's in these lonely places, folks, that God often encounters us, offering a sense of His presence in a way that you and I need. We might dream of a vacation, but life often puts us in a place where we experience years of hard work with little immediate gratification. raising rambunctious children, caring for aging parents. These are all places that require us to dig in and bed down for the long haul with what seems like for us a rock for a pillow. These are the tough places of work. And yet, in working diligently, engaging those special moments with small children, or seeing the smile on the face of a parent who forgets who you are, we discover, to our amazement, that God is there with us. And God strengthens us to go the distance. It's a given, I think, that we certainly want to avoid the funeral home. But it's one of those places that most of us will visit when a loved one dies. In fact, it's the one place that almost all of us will visit when we die. Even there, however, God is present and reminds us of the promise of resurrection life. Any of these places, any of them can be a house of God. Any of them can be a gate of heaven. Holy ground is wherever God stands beside us, folks, reminding us that He will never leave us, no matter the circumstances. Thought it was feeling pretty bleak last week. And believe me, when your wife is feeling bleak, you have a tendency to feel bleak as well. You just can't help it. But God was standing with her. God was standing with her the moment that door opened in the cardiologist walked in and smiled. And God stands with each and every one of us in those no-name places, those certain no-name places, where it feels like we've got a rock for a pillow. But every place can be awesome if we're paying attention. Every place can be awesome if we're paying attention. Whether it's the ends of the earth or the end of your street, it's an awesome place because God is there. Even in those no-name places, those certain no-name places, God is here. And we can say with Jacob, surely this is the house of God. Surely this is the gate of heaven. Would you pray with me? Oh God, your people here, oh God, who are here this morning, we know about those certain no-name places, God. There's not a one of us here today who hasn't experienced them, God. And sometimes, God,